Hi, I'm Kristen Thompson with I Love to Create, and today I have a fun and easy tie-dye technique just for you. But before we can get to our fun, we have to prep. Always pre-wash your fabric to remove any sizing. Next, a flat covered surface, gloves to protect your hands, an apron to protect your clothes, and we're ready to roll. Okay, so now that we're all prepped and ready to go, I can show you this fun technique. It's called sponging, and this is what you'll need. A plastic plate, a sponge, and your dye. Now, depending on how many colors you use, you probably want to match that with the number of plates you use, and we only do that so that our colors don't run together. You can always clean up in between, but it's a lot faster and a lot easier to just get more plates. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you fill up your dye with water. Now what I like to do is I only fill up my dye halfway with the water. And then what I like to do is put my top back on and give it a really good shake to help dissolve that dye. And then, when I got it all shaken up, take my top off, fill it up to the black line on the bottle. And then once it's all filled, I'm going to throw my top back on, give it another really good shake, just to make sure we've got all that dye dissolved so that we don't get any spots. Okay, and now that we're ready to go ahead and get into our technique, make sure that your shirt is nice and damp before we get started. Okay, so now all we're going to do is squeeze out the dye onto our plastic plate, just like that. Take our sponge, make sure your sponge is damp too before you get started, and wring it out. Dip the sponge into the dye, and then go ahead and apply it to your shirt, just like this. Super fun, super easy, no rhyme or reason to it. The only thing you want to do, just make sure you leave a little bit of white showing so you can really see those sponge marks. And you just keep on going. Now what I like to do when I'm doing more than one color is kind of get it really light so they kind of fade into each other. And that's personal preference. You can do it however you like. This is what I like to do. Okay. Then when we're ready to roll into our second color, do the same thing. Just take your dye out, squeeze it onto your plate just like this. Take your damp sponge, dip it into the dye, and there you go. Now you can do this with 2 colors or 3 colors or 4 colors or even just 1 color if you like. It's all up to you. Okay, and once you've got your dye all on your shirt, just go ahead and let it sit 4 to 6 hours. Give it a good rinse, let it dry, and there you go. Super fun, super easy tie-dye technique, sponging.